Are you kidding me? It was a phrase uttered across Leafland when word spread that Joseph Woll was hurt again. To speak to that, here's Bryan Hayes. Hayes, remembering you're on television here, tell me the words you used when you heard Woll couldn't start tonight's Leafs season opener.
Black cloud, here we go again. Can't even get to puck drop. I could go on and on and on, Gino, and I think I speak for a lot of people in the city of Toronto and through the Maple Leaf fan base, because Game 7, the biggest game of his career, last year against Boston, he couldn't get there. And this is effectively a carbon copy of the way that played out. Nowhere near as important of a game, obviously. This is Game 1 of 82 in the regular season. But he just played a preseason game on Saturday night. He's been skating. He spoke with the media on Tuesday and was talking about how amazing it's going to be to play at the Bell Center against Montreal opening night. And then day of, word starts to leak that he can't go. And I don't think this can be overstated enough how big of a concern this is. Joseph Woll has got to play this year. They have committed to him long term. They are a believer in him. They need him. And he can't even go night one. Something is seriously up with Joseph Woll in terms of how he is reacting to these injuries, whatever they happen to be. And the Leafs haven't even dropped the puck yet, and there is a black cloud hanging over them.
Woll started 23 games last year. That was his career high. They wanted to be their number one. They gave him a 3-year extension. It doesn't even kick in until next season. Take a look around the Atlantic. Bobrovsky, Vasilevsky, Swayman, now Allmark. Teams are committing huge dollars so they can have their goaltending situation solidified. Was it a huge mistake by Brad Treliving not to do the same in his net?
Well, ultimately, we'll find that out. It is only Game 1 tonight, Gino. I don't want to jump to a conclusion that Joseph Woll is never going to play or not give them value. And the positive side of this is Anthony Stolarz has an opportunity here to do something that he hasn't done throughout his career, and I hope he relishes this opportunity. Go and be a number one. If I'm Craig Berube, I'm going to him today and say, you show me why I need to play you 50 times this year, 55, 60. If you're healthy and you play well, you're playing. Because like you said, they committed to Woll. They gave him money, they gave him term, but they didn't give him Swayman money. They didn't give him Allmark money. He wasn't looking for Shesterkin money. It's $3.8 million a year. You can live with that. It's not ideal. You can live with it if Stolarz steps up. And I think it's a big opportunity for Stolarz to do that. But if it gets to a point here where Joseph Woll is just simply not reliable, and the most important ability in pro sports is availability, if he's not available, it will be troublesome because every dollar counts. They're committed to this guy, and I don't know how they're going to get around it because, like you said, there are other studs within this division. Forget the conference, forget the league. Vasilevsky, Bobrovsky, Swayman, Allmark. There's really good goalies who are locked in their respective teams. If the Leafs don't figure this out, it can sink your season. And again, I'm not there yet. I'm not jumping to that conclusion. They haven't even dropped the puck yet on Game 1. But talk to Jersey last year. Talk to the nerves out in Vancouver with Demko banged up. Goaltending can and will be a massive part of your operation and can determine where you seed in the playoffs or if you even make the playoffs. And if Joseph Woll can't play and Stolarz can't prove that he can be the number one, this will be an overarching topic all season with the Maple Leafs.
Hayes, you're saying go to Stolarz and say this is your chance, go out and prove yourself. This is a guy who's never had more than 24 starts in a single season. Is it realistic to believe that if Woll continues to have these injury problems, that Stolarz could actually elevate his game to a level we've never seen from him before?
It's a lot like the Maple Leafs in the playoffs. I'm with you, Gino. I have to see it to believe it. And at this point, I can't give you that prediction because he's never done it. And neither has Joseph Woll. And that is the gamble that Brad Treliving and company took going into this season with two goalies who are not defined as number ones. And one of them is going to have to step up because I don't believe both of them will prove that this season they are true number ones in the league. I don't anticipate that being the case, and in large part because of the news today. If Joseph Woll is just simply not a guy you can rely upon to get to 45 starts, 50, 55 starts, someone's going to have to play. And the idea of both of them proving they are capable of that seems very far-fetched. So in terms of Stolarz, I'm not sitting here guaranteeing that will happen, that he will turn into this stud that can start 60 games and be up for a Vezina. But they might need him to prove that he can get there. And all I'm saying is this should be inspiring for him. If I'm Anthony Stolarz, I'm sitting here saying, I was behind Bob in Florida. I've been behind true number ones in the past. That is not the case here. even if Woll was healthy, there wasn't a guarantee he was going to start 55-plus games. Massive opportunity for Stolarz, and it starts in Montreal tonight.
Stolarz has been in the league since 2016. He's had just 2 seasons with more than just 5 wins.